Hello, this is Ray with Get Real Ray, a place and space for life and business tips from this creative soul to hopefully inspire you on your journey, or at the very least provide you with some laughs. And so let's get real. Let's get real about the importance of surrounding yourself with pretty things. Okay. So, when I say surround yourself with pretty things, I don't mean that it has to be expensive or shiny. I'm not talking about, oh, well, Ray said I should go out and surround myself with pretty things. And I do like Louis Vuitton bags, or I just really like that Lambo over there. So I think I need to surround myself with lots of Lamborghinis. Like, no, that is not what I'm talking about at all. So let's roll it back just a little. Okay. So as someone who owns her own business, multiple businesses, I know how it feels to really just get like in the weeds, right? You are constantly doing all the things. Maybe you are a solopreneur and you are handling marketing, you are the tech support with the website, you are handling any kind of billing questions and inquiries. You might be in a service-based business where you are also providing a service. Maybe you are a product-based company and you have to source the product or make the product, arrange for the product to be shipped to you, arrange to ship the product to somebody else. Maybe you are just a solopreneur, but you deal with digital products and you created a digital product or course. And so you feel like, all I have to do is just tell everybody that my product or course is available, and then all of them are going to come and run to get my item. Okay, so if you are not new to business, then you know that marketing is just not that easy. Maybe you do have something that is truly unique or very high quality, and people heard about it from you and they flock to you, they want to buy it, they are buying it, they're investing, and all of that is great. However, with every business, you do reach a point when you have to branch out beyond just your initial consumer base. So if you are within the performing arts community, actor, comedian, musician, then you know that you may ask your friends, hey, come on out, come see my show, and they'll come out and see your show. But unless what you are offering is truly A, their jam, and B, something that they are willing to see and enjoy like 50 times, then after a while, they're gonna be like, oh, I'll catch you at the next one, right? Like, and that's okay. That's okay. That's normal. Especially if you are an artist where you are doing lots of performances. You may be performing in the same city 5 nights a week, just at different venues. Do you really expect your group of friends to come out and see you at each venue 5 nights a week? They got lives too. Okay, so however, maybe you're just like, Ray, I don't own my own business. I am not a performing artist. I don't know what you're talking about. How does this apply to me? It applies to you. Okay, so why does it apply to you? Well, you may be in a position where you're going to your job day in, day out, and you've reached a point where you're like, I love my job and I love my family, but oh no, I want to do something else. I need a little something. Or I love my job, but I just don't feel like going to work. I love my family, but I just don't feel like watching my kid's soccer game. I love my kid, but their soccer team is terrible, and I'm just tired of watching them lose. Like, these are things that are normal, they're natural, they're okay, no problem. All right, so if you do happen to be in that entrepreneur category, solopreneur category, small business owner category, then you know that there are just gonna be times when you just feel burnt out. You just feel tired. Now, as I said, this doesn't just apply to business people. You may be hearing some airplanes and things over me, and there's a reason why I am recording outside right now, and that is because I am surrounding myself with beautiful things. And you're like, Ray, I see a palm tree. Yes, there is a palm tree, but there's also a really beautiful pool in front of me that is totally inviting. And this space is so magical. I just had to share even just a snippet of it with you. Okay, so with that being said, surrounding yourself with beautiful things is not about flexing or flaunting. It's not about that at all. First of all, you need to make sure that the things you're surrounding yourself with are things that mean something to you. So we're not talking shiny object, okay? You're not a little kitty cat. You're not like, oh, look at that shiny object. Wow, it crinkles around. That's not what we're talking about at all. We are talking about the fact that when you are feeling low on energy, when you are feeling like, this again, even if you love your job, even if you love your business, even if you love your kid or kids, you love your family, it's still normal to feel just drained. And especially if you are in a business that involves lots of stress. There are a number of fields, especially within the medical field, or financial field as well, where there's just a lot going on all the time. And so feeling stress is a part of the job. It's just, you're always on the go and you're always in this kind of urgency state. I feel that as a small business owner, especially with the way the economy is in the US right now, I have spent the last 2 years in this stressed state trying to get my business sales up, try to reposition my business away from the clientele that we had from 2020 to 2024, right? So, you know, I had the stress of trying to make my business work during the pandemic, and my business did work, and I was so grateful for it. And it reached a point where things were matching my vision. Holy cow, I had this vision for years, and it was finally coming to fruition. I was so excited. And then the market changed, of course. And so to then try to figure out, well, how can I keep my vision alive based on the change that has occurred? Things are open. A lot of people are feeling burnt out by being online. They just want to get out, and they don't care what they're going to. They just want to go somewhere. Also recognizing that I did not want to go back into working in public schools on a regular basis. And I did not want to go back to the hustle and bustle of living in New York City. And prior to 2020, I was in a stressed state of trying to just survive financially in New York and trying to make it without being in a 9-to-5 job. And before that, I was in the stress of being in a 9-to-5 job while still also trying to keep my artistic career alive and do performances and be able to attend those auditions. I just remember being so frustrated because I finally got an audition with one of the top commercial casting offices in New York City, and I managed to get my lunch break pushed back. I rush out the door, and I just sat in traffic, and I was late, and I missed my audition time slot, and I was so upset and pissed off, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't be an office manager and be a successful actor at the same time. It's just not working. I did leave that job, but not because of acting, for other reasons. I went to another 9-to-5 job, and I focused on performing in a different way. But I always knew, and I was very open in that new job about the dance work that I was doing. But I knew at some point it could not work out. It could collide. And I left that job for completely different reasons. But the point being is that I've just been in these states of stress for so long. And I feel like the periods where I felt that things were going smooth, I was doing what I wanted to do and not worried about either paying the bill or making the audition, meeting the deadline, doing the next thing, keeping my romantic relationship going, which turned into a marriage, so keeping that marriage going. Just all these states of stress. And so, you know, when I think of my former spouse, he liked to surround himself with pretty things, but they were pretty things he could not afford. And so, remember when I said you're not a cat? You're not like, ooh, shiny, I don't care, yay. Okay, you have to think about what is it that you are surrounding yourself with and why doesn't matter. So, for instance, if you are, okay, so let me be clear. One way to, I talked all about all this stress, but I failed to say that one way to re-energize yourself and to really reward yourself for when those low periods come, right, is you want to have a few things in your life that just make you feel relaxed and full of joy. All right. Now, this is a great way to combat that feeling of burnout, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen even if, you know, you are in the most stable job, you have the best, most perfect family ever. It's just going to happen where you're like, this is so nice. I'm tired, but this is so nice. It just happens. Sorry, it happens. You know, I'm thinking like, did this happen back in the old days? But honestly, people didn't live as long. So maybe it's because we all live longer and there's so much convenience in our lives right now where we're able to stop that running and stress and take a pause and a breather to be like, okay, I've been running so fast that I didn't even realize that my shoes now have holes in them because I've been running so much. Or I've been running so fast, I didn't even realize that my back really hurts or my calves are super tight. So we can't go through life just always running and not taking a moment to check in with ourselves. All right, so now that we got that part covered, one way to allow yourself an instant recharge, of course, is to be surrounded by pretty things. You want those things to be meaningful. Going out and buying something you cannot afford just because it's a status symbol item is not ideal, because it just puts you in another state of stress later on, right? Like, oh, I love this expensive car, but I can't afford it. But it makes me feel so good, but I can't afford it. So now I can't sleep at night. Oh, I love this big house. It's the perfect house. It's a dream house, but I can't afford it. This house makes me feel good. I can see my children growing up here, and yet I can't sleep at night because I'm so stressed out about how I'm going to pay these bills, right? So you don't want to put yourself in that kind of situation. You don't want to surround yourself with beautiful things that are, how should I say this? Providers of a quick fix dopamine hit, okay? So maybe you bought something that is so cool, so cute, so whatever, right? You're like, yes, I am so glad that I got this. I love it. It's amazing. But it's just a quick fix. Okay. One example would be you saw an article of clothing that looks really nice. It was on sale. It's within your budget. It looks great on you. You buy it. It goes in your closet. You actually never wear it anywhere. But it felt really good buying it. Sure did. You love knowing it's in your closet. You sure do. But you don't use it. It's just there. And then years go by, you're like, I forgot I bought that. That made me feel so happy. And so you're just living off the memory of buying it. I remember watching a financial, there's a financial podcast that I really enjoy. Sometimes I watch the video version, and sometimes I listen to just the audio of the podcast. I usually just listen to the audio. So I don't really remember if it was which one it was, but I remember a young lady saying that she had purchased herself a gift, and she purchased tickets to Taylor Swift's concert, but she got like the best seats, and she went more than once. Okay, so she got the creme de la creme to 2 different Taylor Swift concerts, and one of them involved having to fly to another country in order to see the show. I don't know if both did, but anyway, it was at least $5,000 she spent. Okay, this is a musician that you love, great. You're creating memories for yourself. And she didn't go with her spouse, so I don't think she went with a friend. Maybe she just went by herself. I don't know. Okay, so you've created these memories for yourself, but she couldn't really afford it. She made it happen, but she couldn't really afford it. I think it went on credit cards or something. Okay, so you make it happen. You can't really afford it. And what about those memories? How long will those memories nourish you? In 10 years, will the memory be, oh my gosh, I remember when I totally just treated myself. I hopped on a plane. I went to go see one of my favorite singers in this other country. And here I was in this concert venue surrounded by all these people from all over the world. And it was just great. Or is it going to be more, oh yeah, I went to that concert. It was so much fun, but I'm really tired of paying this credit card bill with these high interest fees. Yeah. So while it is important not to just get something because it'll make you look fabulous to other people, and not just to get something because you like it, it's got to be meaningful. And yes, for that young woman, the Taylor Swift concert was meaningful, but how long will that meaningful moment last? It's not going to really nourish you if you wind up having to file for bankruptcy because you can't pay your other bills. Okay, in case of my former spouse, the Tiffany lamp that he'd always dreamed of and he finally got, well, it's nourishing him every night when he turns on the lamp to read next to the lamp, but throughout the rest of the day, he's got the stress of, man, I can't pay my bills, and I don't want to open that bill because I can't pay it, and why do I have this tax thing that I can't pay, and I don't know what to do about that, so I'm just going to ignore everything. So yes, treat yourself. Yes, surround yourself with things that make you feel recharged, but be mindful that you don't put yourself in another negative position, create more stress for yourself. Okay, so you might be like, Ray, I don't have the money to take off work, and I really do want to treat myself to something, but I just can't afford it. And so you just told me not to go blowing my money on things. So what am I supposed to do? There are a lot of options. So right now, I am not in a financial position where I can live in the type of home that I want to live in, own a home, live in the neighborhood that I want to live in, hop on a plane and go visit other countries like I would love to do. I love talking to people from other countries and learning about different cultures, but I'm not in a position right now where I can just go hop on a plane and make that life happen. So while I know it's important for me to continue to work on my business and be creative in my marketing strategy, I also know that just focusing on my business 24/7 it's not sustainable. And like I said, I've been kind of pivoting for, I don't know, 2 years now, just trying to restructure things. Okay, so yeah, maybe not a full 2 years, but almost 2 years restructuring things. And I finally have managed to get the brands in a manner that I like them. I definitely hit a wall where I was just like, okay, I'm so tired of having yet another tech issue. I spent so many hours trying to fix the web page loading speed. Like, the design looks great, but unfortunately the web page loading speed is now down. So now I have to fix that because customers are going to get pissed off. So now I fixed the web page loading speed, and I have taken new photos to put on the site. So now the photos and the color scheme and all these things match and it looks really good. Now I'm doing the quality assurance to make sure everything works right. And I still have to get back to creating new content for marketing on YouTube, and then I have to figure out, well, what other ways can I market, because YouTube, of course, is the long game, and I need to be able to get some immediate clients because I would love to be able to pay for this other bit of software that the site needs so that I can have customers log into the site and have all the bells and whistles right up front, or at least the essential ones in terms of the user interface. And so there's all these things. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And I really want to buy myself a cookie, but I can't. Okay, but what can you do? Well, I can think about other things that bring me joy. So, my friend, make a list. What are some things that bring you joy? If you find that the things on your list are simply things that you have to buy, that's great. That's a start. And now you want to think about what are some things that maybe they have in common, right? If you're just like, well, shopping brings me joy. Well, what is it about shopping that brings you joy? Is it trying on nice garments? Is it finding a good deal? Okay, if you feel joy off of finding a good deal, then maybe it will be similar joy, equal amounts of joy, if you go and make it a priority to go wander around the nearest farmer's market, flea market, antique shop, and look for a good deal. You know you're not going to be buying tons of stuff. You might not buy anything because you are focused on not just finding a good deal, but maybe you want to find something that's of good quality as well. Maybe you tell yourself, actually, I want to find something that's really good quality, and then I want to be able to resell it on one of those sites like Poshmark or eBay or whatever. Maybe you're just like, I don't even want the stress of trying to resell something, and I also know I don't need something else in my home. But I really love finding a good deal. Okay, so would it be better for you to look at things that are not clothes? So what are some other ways where you can participate in a good deal? If you just love clothes, go to a high-end store that you cannot afford, would not afford. Leave the credit cards at home. Don't. And just walk around and maybe try something on. Imagine yourself being able to walk out with shopping bags from this store. Maybe you walk into the store and you're like, oh, this outfit feels so good, but it's not a good deal. right? So maybe it satisfies something else in you. Maybe finding that good deal might be going and seeing a concert, but instead of just paying for full price for a regular concert, maybe you look at, well, can I find the next big thing? Maybe I should take myself to a free comedy night somewhere. There's free comedy night everywhere, you guys. Free karaoke. Maybe I can go on Meetup and look for some free groups. Do you have a weekend where can you do a house swap? Right? So I am actually doing this thing where I'm traveling the US currently through Trusted House Sitters, but that does involve a membership fee, okay? So if you use any one of the millions of people online that have a promo code, the promo code is the same amount for everybody, right? It gets you like $40 off your Trusted House Sitter membership. Great. But once you've used that code, if you want to keep doing it, then you're looking at, like, right now currently it's like $169 a year, okay? If you divide by 12 months, it's not a huge amount of money. However, that just might not be an option for you with or without the discount code. And you might be saying, I'm never going to use it much. You know, I just have these occasional weekends. There's not really a lot of house sits near where I live. They all seem to be in the US or in the UK, and I don't live in those places. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe you have a friend and you're just like, dude, you want to change? You want me to watch your dog for a day, or you want to just change houses for a day or whatever, right? It's your friend, so they're either going to say yes or no. Like, it's not a big deal. But the idea is you're putting yourself in a different surrounding, and that in and of itself can make you feel like you are being rejuvenated because you're traveling. I am at this house right now that is in a location that I can't afford. This house I cannot afford. But the weather is so nice and the house is so nice. And so that's enough for me. That's the rejuvenation for me, is that I'm surrounding myself by someone else's really beautiful things. And the memory of being at this location is going to stick with me. As well as incentivize me to keep going at my business so that I can someday say, oh yeah, these beautiful things are mine. Yeah. So, maybe you, like me, enjoy really good weather and you want to feel like you are in Hawaii, but you can't because you're like, I ain't got that money. Okay, so what about Hawaii do you like? Do you like the idea of eating tropical fruit? Do you like the idea of being on the beach, in the sun, in the water? How can you kind of recreate some of this for yourself? So maybe you decide you are going to have Hawaii Day, and maybe you get your family to join in with you. I remember when I was dating my ex, I did like indoor beach picnic day or something. I don't really know what I was doing, but I put like a blanket on the floor and got some food and put it in like to-go containers and put that on the floor. There was no hanky-panky, you guys. And I had cold beers, and I think I had shorts on. It was December, and I'm like, we're gonna pretend we're at the beach, yay! He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, beach time, woohoo! I love the beach. Don't you love the beach? Come on in. Welcome to the beach. And he was like, oh, okay. You know, he's like, oh, I'll sure. You seem excited, so I'm excited too. So your family might be like that. Oh, okay. You can tell your family it's road trip time. Let's go to the forest. And literally, you all get in the car and you're just driving to the same park down the street that you always go to. But because you've said it's a forest and you are wearing like your hiking boots and like crazy hat, and maybe you have binoculars and a map, your whole family's like, okay, I guess it's a forest. And so get those friends and family members to buy in on this unique experience. So if you are just like, money, no, because remember, you don't have to spend money in order to surround yourself by pretty things. You can simply use your imagination. It's like improv. Have you ever played improv and acting? Use your imagination to convince other people to say yes, and they will add on to the adventure. And you guys just really make a fantastic trip out of it. And you're going to create memories. And maybe you'll take some photos and then you'll be able to laugh about it later. Don't have family members to go on the adventure with? Call up one of your friends and be like, yo, I need to get out of here. I am broke as a joke. You know what I want to do? I want to pretend that I'm a rock star for the day. Because I just love the idea of getting like all this attention or whatever, and just having people be like, who's that? So let's just do it. You want to do it? Like, let's just do it. And put on some shades or whatever, and like a hat, and just try to, like, every place you go, just try to be anonymous and to see how people look at you. That in and of itself might just be enough to recharge you, rejuvenate you, and make you be like, yo, that was crazy, stupid fun. I love how you just totally came up and pretended to, like, you know, like you recognized me out of my celebrity mode, and you took a picture with me, and like people were like staring and just like, oh, yo, can I get a picture? Like, did you see how that dude asked me for a picture? And like, he doesn't even know who I am, right? It can be an amazing time and create some really fun dialogue with your friends later. Or like I said, maybe you do like a house swap and just be like, dude, you need to come chill at my place. I need to come chill at your place, and it's gonna be awesome. And your friend be like, what? Like, it's gonna be awesome. And you do it, and you just try it, and maybe you FaceTime each other. Or maybe you go to your friend's place, and you're like, my friend lives in a really dirty place. This is really weird. And so now you know, like, yeah, I've hung out at my friend's house so many times, but now that I've actually lived in my friend's house for 24 hours, I'm thinking, yo, my friend's a pig. My friend needs to, like, be a little cleaner. And that's okay, too. It gives you and your friend something else to laugh over, talk about, and it might make you look at your own space in a little bit of a different way. So, my friends, yes, it is important to find ways to recharge yourself, surround yourself with things that mean something to you, whether it's physical things or just memories, because long gone are the days where you just had to worry about keeping a saber-toothed tiger away from you and finding some berries to eat. Today, you've got a lot of battles to fight every single day, including battles with technology. OMG. And so we live longer, and we want to spend more time not stressed. And when we do get stressed, because it's going to happen, figure out ways of how to snap back. So for me right now, I was walking outside and sitting next to this pool. But the memory is going to stay with me for a very long time. So I'm curious, what are some ways that you recharge yourself? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time.